All right, we should be live. Let me see here. Comments. I'm gonna just double check this on my phone. We have people, I'm sure, joining. It always takes a second to get the people in here. Yep, we're live. And we have a whole 2 people in here now.
There we go. Shout out to the 2 people.
Shout out to people. Yeah, Chad, if you want to, did you put this on your story or anything like that? We can get some more people in here. Here, I'll send you the link on WhatsApp and you can put it in here. Anyway, to the 2 people that are here, hopefully more joining in a second. Let me send you the YouTube link, Chad. That's his real name, by the way. I'm about to introduce everybody in a second. We'll let a few more people get in here before we start with introductions. Plus, we have another guest. We have Mr. Austin Holloman is going to join us. Everybody who watches my channel should know about Austin. If you don't know, he's Passport Bro, YouTuber. He has like over 100K, 100 and something K. He's pretty decent size within the space. And, oh, we have 11 people in here now. Cool. So we've already 5x in just another minute. All right, I guess I'll do some introductions as more people join. JP and Kevin, if you want to promote this too, the things in here, I'll put the YouTube link in the in the group chat again. But all right, let's start the show. I'm going to introduce everybody, and like I was telling the guys even before the show, I'm going to talk a lot and introduce people a lot, and then when the introductions are over, hopefully Austin comes in soon, quickly. It'll be all about these guys. We're going to get these guys' perspectives on a lot of things, all related to dating and success with women and not having to date fat, ugly, grotesque women you're not attracted to, but actually getting the type of women that you want. That's what it's all going to be about. And you can ask us anything. So you block me. Okay, yeah, this one guy says, well, I'll address that question in a second. What happened was, I'll address this question real quick. Someone says, are you going to unblock me on Instagram? What I think happened with you, bro, is every once in a while, Colombia, Medellin, they do another hit piece on me. A lot of people hate on me there. That's a story for another day. I did a video on that. I don't want to get into details, but basically there's a big xenophobic racist movement towards gringos. They kind of attacked me, and every once in a while the hit piece comes out and a whole bunch of Colombian people follow me, and I just block anybody that looks like they're Latino and looks like they may be in Colombia, like 50 followers, and they're all from like Bogota, Cali, Medellin, and I'm really just block all of them because they'll report me, they'll talk more shit, and I think you just happen to follow me, and I'm like, oh, this guy's Latino, he might be in Medellin band, so I think you got unfairly whatever. All right, so we're gonna answer your questions and stuff as we get going, but first I'm gonna introduce everybody. Austin Holloman will be joining us in a second. I know you're not Colombian. I'll unblock you, bro. Type your username in the chat, and or just email me again or something. We'll take care of it. All right. So first, I'll introduce Kevin Mosby. What can I say about Kevin? Very high IQ individual. He's doing the same thing that I'm doing in terms of being a dating coach, but focusing more online. And he has an approach, I guess, similar to mine, where it's all about efficiency. How can he get the most bang for his buck in terms of, yeah, what's going to be the lowest yield effort for the maximum results, a lot of high level strategies. And cool, I'm just going to move on to the next person. Now you guys can talk more about yourselves as we go on the stream if you want to, say anything else. Defund Simping, Chad is his real name, although we always joke it should be Tyrone. And yeah, Defund Simping, you probably know what his channel is about. He's fairly big on YouTube, but he's massive on TikTok. As far as I know, he's top 5 at the maximum, top 10, but probably top 5 dating coaches, success with women, people on TikTok. And he's also pretty big on YouTube, but he's even bigger on TikTok. And what can I say about this guy? Smooth. Game recognizes game. He's one of the few guys that I know that's still doing a lot of volume in terms of cold approach, going to nightclubs, and getting really, really good results that way. I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but his main lead source is Hinge. He does really well on Hinge, and he's really good at optimizing not only his own profile for his own success, but his students as well. But he's also really one of the few guys that I know that still gets great results in America. I mean, if we put this guy overseas, I can only imagine what he would do damage overseas. But he's one of the few guys that I know that does really well in the States still. And he also has a big emphasis on cold approach, which is unique. And JP Beard, what can I say about this guy? Well, while we're all running around being degenerates and putting our dicks in anything beautiful that I don't know, that we can. JP is more on the opposite end of the spectrum. So I want to get his thoughts. I was talking to Walter Weeks, aka Fresh Prince CEO from the Fresh Prince podcast, and we were talking about the downsides of womanizing and being with all these beautiful women, you know, how it gets tough to pair bond with women, how our standards become almost as bad as the women on his podcast. And JP is living the opposite life. He's living the family life. He has a beautiful wife that's loyal to him, that he brought to the States from Colombia. He has a kid. And, you know, no marriage or relationship is perfect, but overall they have a pretty happy family and they're doing well. So he's going to give his insights on the more family life as we go down. And these guys have some conversational topics. They'll talk more about themselves as we go on. But I want to start us off with a question, and then we can delve into other questions and other topics and things like that. And these guys will have their own questions and conversational topics that they prepared and they want to bring up. But we'll go around the panel. And you guys can talk, I don't know, for a few minutes on each of these ones. We'll just do in the same order that I introduced. We'll Kevin, then Chad, then JP. If you guys had to pick one thing and one thing only, the maximum bang for your buck, the most efficient thing that guys couldn't do, that men could do to improve their dating life, what would it be? Let's start with you, Kevin. Again, one thing. You can't, oh, they do this, this, and this. Just if you could only pick one thing, what would be the best way guys could improve their results with their dating life?
Sign up for all the major online dating apps in your area. So in the States, definitely Hinge is the top one. But outside of America, it's Bumble, Tinder, and sign up for the premium version. Do not cheap out. Sign up for the most premium version so you can have the most maximum advantage and basically be put to the front of the queue.
Okay, cool.
And run a shit ton of volume.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So yeah, join every dating app, get the premium version. Okay. All right. If there's something else to add, Chad, how about you?
So I'm answer this question technically then. So the best answer is what he said. Like, you can be at work getting matches. You could be banging a girl, getting other matches. Like, it's the most effective. But here's the biggest problem that most men have. They're not charismatic. They're not fun to be around. They're not interesting. When you approach women, and I've seen it with a couple of TikTok creators, when they first start doing approach, boring, awkward, weird. By month 5 or 6, it's a whole new person. So if someone to get like better on dating from a charisma side, I think they need to do more approaching, because approaching helps you with your social skills. And when you're able to be social, it helps you being charismatic. When you're charismatic, when you go on dates, you're getting a second date, because you can get all the matches in the world. If you don't know how to push conversation, you don't know how to go from the dating app to the, to texting and then to closing on the date. It's hard. So the most efficient for matches, oh, dude, you got to go with the dating apps. But I'm going to so I'm not copying Kevin. I'm going to say, just start getting better at approaching. So you can be able to pick any girl you want, damn near, besides waiting for a match. And your dating life is more in your hands opposed to waiting for the algorithm.
I like that. I've always said that cold approach pickup is the gym for your social skills.
That's big. The social skills, huge.
Yeah. Another thing I talked about too is there's certain areas in life or categories of life that men will never admit that they're weak on. They'll never admit that they suck in the bedroom or they have problems getting up. They'll never admit that they can't fight. Every guy wants to think he can fight. They don't. Yeah. Yeah. And another one is social skills. No guy virtually will admit that his social skills can be improved. And the problem is a lot of guys that have average social skills and they know they're not bad think that average and fairly competent is good, when there's so much room for improvement, especially with remote work, monk mode. A lot of the people we deal with, which are entrepreneurs and stuff. Yeah, that's a huge, big lever that most guys don't take advantage of. Is they're aware they maybe need to get in better shape. They're aware they need to get better photos for their dating app, but they're not aware that they can improve it and have the need to improve their social skills. All right.
Well, also,
Mr. Oh yeah, Kevin, you want to add on to that?
Yeah. Also, yeah, like I'll agree with you what you're saying on being charismatic and, leading with, I have this idea, which is bring the girl into your world, which basically is you should be living a really fun life. Like back in America, I'd be going to concerts all the time. I'd be, posting all these awesome things I'm doing. And even my dating profile, like one of the pictures is me on stage in front of 15,000 people. Like everything that I'm talking about on the date is meant to showcase, hey, I have a cool life. Look at me, type of thing.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I agree with you on that. But yeah, that's definitely something that I think is really important. I'll 100% agree with you on that.
1,000%. JP.
Of course, I agree too. Yeah, JP, what do you think, buddy?
No,
if you can lower your camera a little bit, we could see you better.
All right,
Kind of get
can you
the
see me
top of
better?
your head. That's a little better, yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I think those were great answers. Cold approach is a great answer. I would say to add some variety, I would say looks maxing. I used to think that it was kind of gay for men to care about looking better. Like I used to, like the cool guy. So like if you talk
Hey,
to
JP, where's your mic at? Is it on your shirt?
it's right here.
So I don't know, something when you move it kind of like crinkles out. I don't know what's going on, but
When I move,
maybe
or
just
when
like
I
hold still. I don't know. Just keep going. I don't mean to cut you off, but oh, we have Austin just joined here too. Let me add him to the stage.
Okay.
What's up, Austin?
What's going on?
Chilling. Yeah, we're doing a question that we just had, which is if you could only pick one thing, what can men do to improve their dating life? Just one. If you could only pick one. JP's given his answer, and then I'll let you weigh in right after him.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you hear me better now? Is the audio better?
Yeah, we can. Can you mute yourself? Yeah, thanks, Austin. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I was just saying looks maxing because I used to think it was kind of gay for men to care about their looks. But what I've realized, watching some of the guys like Austin Dunham and FitX Fearless, those guys, they go about it in terms of just maximizing their looks and their physical appearance, and I feel like that's what they focus on. And that fits into the dating apps and the cold approach, because when you're looking super on point, it just layers into everything else. And that's a big thing I've been focusing on this year is really trying to get my body better and just focusing on style and hygiene and all that.
Yeah, do you have any other like actionable tips you would say for looks maxing?
Yeah, I've gone pretty deep down the rabbit hole. I would just say
Do you mute?
Yeah, like mute, like
your audio, man, your audio is completely cut out now.
Okay, I'll get a new mic. In a second.
All right.
Just
Yeah, let's move on. Yeah, let's go to Austin while you get a new mic. Yeah, Austin. So if you can only pick one thing and one thing only, how can men improve their dating life, bro?
Something that you know me personally, you've seen me in action in person, something that I practice a lot, which is just not giving a damn. Not giving a damn about approaching. In that sense, I'm saying not being afraid to approach, not giving a damn about a woman leaving you. A lot of dudes destroy their dating life by, oh, I gotta have this one when she doesn't want you at all. And then you're passing up chicks that do want you because you're going after one that doesn't want you. It's the high interest only thing. So I think if you actually are able to tap into your stoic or I don't give a damn self, a lot of other stuff can fall in line.
Yeah, that makes you more attractive. I mean, in business deals, they say that, the guy who wants it less will get his way in the business deal, the guy who needs it less. Does anybody want to add on to that? The whole not give a fuck?
Yeah, I'll give it 2 cents about not caring. You see, most of the time when I ask guys simple questions like, why can't you approach? There's a whole bunch of reasons. You just, what if, this one's funny. What if other guys judge me? Right?
Yeah.
What if her friends like say X? And it's like, bro, has that ever happened to you before? He's like, well, no. Well, it's like, you're already like, why are you taking things that haven't even happened yet? And you're putting those things in front of you. Right? So what Austin said was just stop caring. And if guys can like just go caveman mode and just like not care and just see hot girl, go, make things a lot easier.
Yeah, it is funny. You never run out of things to say when you're talking to the girls that are just a 6 to you and you're not that interested in. Things always work in the bedroom with the girls you're kind of attracted to. And sometimes when you're like with your ideal girl, you're like, oh no, what's happening? Like every guy, has been there because you want it to go so well, so badly, but there is a big thing about just disconnecting.
I'll say this, Casey, real quick though. You'll probably agree with me on this one too. So what you said earlier was like a girl that's like more attractive you may be better with. I think sometimes it's the opposite. Let me explain. I know guys who say, bro, when it's a torta, like a big old chick, I can approach her, be confident, but the second she's hot, that's when they shut down. They just like, because basically when I ask them this golden question every time, I'm like, bro, do you think you deserve her? And they go, no. And that's like their self-revelation moment where they feel like that's the reason why they can't talk to pretty girls. It's because they feel like they don't deserve them. I feel like I deserve them all, like I'm a freaking Pokemon or something. So that's why I can walk up to anyone I want for the most part and just introduce myself and say, what's up?
Well, I'll tell you this. I had a problem approaching the hotter girls until last year. And I realized even though I went abroad and I was getting better, I'm like, I know I could get better than what I've been getting. And I just had to actually you actually just have to grow some nuts and start doing it. Once you start approaching the hot chicks, they're not hot anymore. And I think in order to even get into the they're not hot anymore phase, you need to go somewhere where there's just a lot of hot chicks. Because now, how valuable are French fries to you? They're not that valuable because you can go find them anywhere. So you don't think about how much you're about to spend on French fries. But when there's no beautiful women, you think about it, how important this is to you.
Also, to add on to that, Austin.
Go ahead.
My bad.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So to add on, Austin, is sometimes you just need that one win. I think with guys, and myself included, the second I start going on dates with girls that I deem as an 8 or a 9, I'm like, well, shit. This must be meant for me then. Right. So you just need one good W and then your whole brain changes. Like, wait a minute. I thought these types of girls were out of my league for so long. Once when I got that first win, now it's like, oh shit, the dog's out the cage now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. With enough volume, you'll get lucky once in a while too, with girls that are maybe too hot for like what you can normally attract. But everyone, like if you can normally attract, 6.5s and 7s, but you do enough volume, and even though you can't normally consistently attract an 8.5, you'll just get that one because you're doing a lot of volume and putting yourself out there. Because you something about your facial structure will just be her archetype. You know what I mean?
Kevin, you said something?
Yeah. And also, it's I think a big thing is changing your. Sorry, I saw something funny in the chat. I apologize.
Oh no, the chat is, dude. The chat is.
Sorry,
I banned like 7 or 8 people, bro. I'm keeping an eye on the chat. Yeah, we got another one.
Sorry about that. But
the second the letter N appears, I know what's following the N. Anyway.
Okay. The big one is changing your location is a massive thing that really helps your game. Simply because just by walking down the street and seeing baddies, like, for example, in Asia, when I was in Bangkok, I didn't see a single 9 or 10. That's the unfortunate truth of it. And that's probably the biggest con of Bangkok. But when I was in Poland, you'd see supermodels in McDonald's. Like everywhere I go, even in Italy, I'm walking around. I'm in Sorrento with my family. I'm like, God damn. Yeah. Like being in a place where there's a high influx of hot girls is the best thing you could do for your game.
I agree.
Yeah, this is what I talk about. I'll make it brief because this is, I've said this many times before. My audience already knows this, and I want because I know Austin is on his phone and it may die out pretty soon, and I want him and Austin to kind of delve deeper on dating abroad versus dating in the US. But what I was, you stole my answer, Kevin. Change your location. If I had to say, if I could, give a guy, I don't know, reduce his body fat by 5% and give him more muscle mass, or increase his confidence and his charisma by a whopping 30%, or make the guy on average 5 inches taller. All those things will help. You can grow 5 inches taller. You could get more muscular and reduce body fat, like game, all that stuff. Like give the guy more money. Nothing will give you a more instant and noticeable real improvement in your dating results than just simply changing your location. And changing your location could be as simply as like you live in Miami, Brickell, but you're dating girls in Coral Gables, which is 30 minutes down the street. A girl in Coral Gables is like comparing a house cat to a tiger versus a girl that's in downtown Miami. The girls that move to downtown Miami, 90% of them are into OnlyFans and having sugar daddies. That's why they put themselves in that particular situation. Or even being a passport bro. The results I get in Sao Paulo, Brazil, night and day from what I get in Manaus. Austin Holloman has seen me at the mall day game picking up 8s, 8.5s. I picked up a beauty pageant winner. Like he saw her. He's like, yo, check out that girl in the pink. I roll it up. She like, you know, it was like a small bullshit beauty pageant with probably like only like 100 competitors. She didn't win like any Miss Universe thing, but she was a solid 8, maybe 8.5. And I'm picking her up in day game in the mall. And we were just like laughing, like, yeah, imagine if I approached her, that same girl in Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, Miami is a shit show. I remember me and my best friend, basically this was at the height of when I was doing salt dating, which is basically pretending to be a millionaire on a sugar daddy website. And my best friend, that's how we became best friends, because basically he wanted to pay me to help him with that, but he was being very hesitant. I'm like, dude, you know what, just fly me out to Miami tomorrow and I'll come help you out for free. And that's how we became best friends. So even he got some good success, but even for me, coming from a place like New York City and spending some time in Austin, which in Austin, for example, I was staying at a Hampton Inn and I was closing 9s and 10s that thought I was a millionaire staying at the fucking Hampton Inn of all things. And
this
in
is
Miami,
this is from Seeking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly, this is like, you know, both of them
Miami,
are like
the girls are so hard.
But it's just different. Yeah. And like I said, you know, dating, you know, changing location can be, you know, as close to like an hour away. All right. I wanted Austin and Chad to debate this one a lot. Kevin and I, we can jump in. JP, we can also jump in as well. But, you know, especially because, like I said, Austin has a time constraint. So if you look at Chad and you look at Austin, they're not twins or anything. I'm not trying to say they're like identical. they're similar-ish. They're both black. They got similar hair, similar height, similar body fat and muscle mass. They're both buff, good looking, young black guys. They're even a similar complexion. I know Austin looks really dark, but it's the lighting. So they're similar-ish in terms of what their sexual market value could be. They're both smooth and confident. They're not weirdos or soft, feminine guys by any means. And again, I'm not trying to say they're clones or they're twins by any means, but they're similar-ish in theory on the surface. And they have polarizing views about dating in the West and going overseas. So Chad, if you want to start us off, you know, how do you feel about dating in the US? How do you feel about passport bros? How was your experience different when you went to Panama? And then Austin, feel in to just kind of jump in and, you know, he'll make a couple points and I want you guys to just kind of talk about, basically passport bros versus dating in America. What your guys' thoughts are on this whole thing.
Sure, I'll make it quick. So when I'm visiting, I visited Medellin. I've done, Cartagena and Panama. Those are my 3 South America locations I've been to. And of course, there are women there in those 3 places that are not prostitutes. I actually met one. She's a nurse, right? But one, right? So here's the thing. Growing up in America, prostitution is frowned upon. Now, mind you, when I'm there and I see beautiful women, my gut goes, Chad, that's not genuine desire. This is hey, $150, $200, I'll make you feel like the man. And then I go about my day and you go about yours. Some men prefer that. Fuck going to a dinner and escalating and break the touch, but bro, fuck all that. I'll pay you $150 plus some dinner and we'll just do our thing. For me, I since it's all I know, preface on that, I like it. I like meeting a girl who finds me physically attractive. We go grab a drink. I may spend $50, right? I'll escalate. I'll take her home. I feel like again, I don't have much experience. This is where you guys are gonna have to like give me the proper feedback because I'm not no passport professional. Overseas, it's the women are more feminine, they're more approachable, they're friendlier. However, I feel like here in America, for the girls I've dated, like they'll get the tab for me here and there. They'll bring me, like they'll do things for me here and there as well. Versus I remember when I was in Colombia, my friend Austin met a girl approached him, went to the bar, said, what do you want to drink? And then said, oh, it's $10. He's like, but you approached me. Like it's very traditional on both sides, where the girl is going to be a feminine girl. You're flipping the bill every single time for everything. Now we're all prosperous American men, we're making some money here, so it doesn't matter. But I feel like with overseas, I guess what Kevin brought up is, okay, am I bringing her back to America to be potentially be, change her mindset? Or do I stay over where in Colombia, or stay wherever I am? And it's like not the best quality of life. So it's
you actually prefer American women.
What do you say?
You actually prefer American women, obviously by the communication, the language barrier are not issues for you. Then.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but here's the thing. It's just all I know. But I'm saying, so of course I do.
So your dating overseas is very limited.
It's limited for me, just because, again, I don't speak the language very well, and I know for any girl I'm dating, was giving out, freaking hand jobs for $50. Kind of makes me feel a little uneasy. But again, that can happen in America too. So like what's the problem here? I guess
you said any girl that you dated was giving out a hand jobs for $50.
No, I'm saying is, if I were to go over to Colombia and find an attractive woman there, knowing that almost any guy could walk up to her and hand her $100 and she'll do whatever they say, it makes me feel a bit uneasy.
That doesn't sound right.
That's Colombia, and
that's Medellin, Colombia.
That's why I tell guys to travel. I've been to 8 countries in South America, and those other 8 countries are nothing like Medellin. That's why everybody goes to Medellin, no matter how many other spots you could blow up. I blew up Salvador. Salvador is cheap. There's a shitload of beautiful women. The women are not that hard to get in bed, but dudes don't go there because, honestly, they want to go pay for play. And if you
they don't do the research.
Huh?
And also they don't do the research.
And they don't do the research, and that's why they keep risking their lives coming home in body bags for
easy kitty.
Facts.
I don't get it.
Speaking of, they don't do their research, they don't know what's up. Austin's going to launch, hopefully it's live in like a week or two, his community. He's going to have travel guides for a lot of countries and what to do, how much the foreigner advantage is, how strong it is down there, scams to avoid. All the advice you need is going to cover. I don't know. How many countries, Austin? Or how many cities? A lot.
So far, I've been to 46 cities, but right now I should have about 15 cities online, and I'll keep adding.
All right. Anything else you want to add in terms, because Austin, you said something in your videos which I would agree with. These aren't Chad's results, but Chad's not the average man, where you said getting a 6 in America these days is damn near a miracle. Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit? And then Chad, you can weigh in after Austin elaborates on that, because I agree.
Well, the reason you're asking me, right?
Yeah. And then Chad, you can weigh in afterwards.
The reason I say that is because, like, I worked on myself a lot, and I was making good money, was completely independent, was on my own, a full-grown adult at 20. And so I started going for chicks I thought were what I deserved. We all know how that went. So I went down a notch. I got to a 6. And I'm looking at it like, yo, what the fuck is the difference in dealing with a 6 than dealing with a 9? Like, this chick has the same attitude, and this is all races. This is all backgrounds. Degree, 3s and 4s. I mean, you got. I ain't gonna do too much cursing, but you have fat chicks you have super fat chicks that literally have the same standards as a chick that's in the gym 5 days a week and is very well developed. And she just doesn't know that.
Say that again. What'd you say?
You have 3s and 4s and fat chicks that have the same, and 2s. I mean, we can get as low as we can go. They have the same expectations as a 6 or a 7 that's in the gym 5 days a week and obviously has a body to her. And so it's like, if you get a 6 to act right, like, you might as well fucking marry her at this point.
That's what the old average at best thing.
So not to put words in your mouth, but you would more or less agree, and I'll let you phrase this how you want, but I don't know if you would say, the only hope for a guy, or at least your best chance, you're statistically, like for the average guy. Again, I won't put words in your mouth. I want to see if you agree to this, but you're pretty much saying you just basically give up in the West. Don't even try in America, Canada. Just get your ass up out of there. Is that more or less what you're saying, Austin?
I would say give up. It depends on how much stress and how much of your time you value. So, like, I ironically, now that I've left the Matrix, American chicks are DMing me on a frequent basis. Some beautiful ones that wouldn't even fucking look my way when I was there. But now they message me, and I'm like, you know what? I'll give it a shot.
Because you're famous now, or what?
I guess so, but because they weren't fucking with me before, but I'll give it a shot. I'll try. And then I'm like, yep, I'm gonna go back to the locals because y'all are literally doing the same shit that y'all would have did back home. So if they can move to Tanzania or Brazil or any other country that I met them at, and they're the same way, I don't even know how the hell who in here is in the United States. I don't know how the hell y'all are doing it. I couldn't do it. Like, I've seen too much now. Like, I've been around too many chicks that want to be entertained by men, like that enjoy men's company. And over there in the States, you can find chicks that enjoy your company, but how much bullshit are you going to go through before you find that? You can find
JP. Let's hear from JP, because JP hasn't talked a lot. Yeah, wrap up, Austin, and say what you want to say. I want to hear JP's thoughts, and then Chad, you can go after.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I'll say something else after.
You can find it in the States, but again, how much of your stress and time do you value?
JP?
Yeah, I agree. I think the U.S. is an extremely toxic dating culture. I think women are just trained to hate men, so it's really it's very abrasive to just talk. Even to talk to a woman, it feels like sometimes you're bothering them, and like it's a big deal. I think if you're charismatic enough and you just don't care and you're willing to just, take whatever rejection you get, you will find good girls and nice girls. But the risk reward and the effort when you're going overseas, it's not even comparable. And passport bros has been a meme for a while, but I just think it's the only way to do it now. Like, what other choice does a guy have really at this point? Like, there's no other way to do it.
What choice does a guy have? Are we all losers? Are we all the leftover men? Are we all angry, bitter black pillars? Or what's up? Or
so I guess when I ask the group here is kind of break down the process versus American versus, I won't say Colombian, just foreign. I'll break it down. This is kind of what I'm asking for, especially from Austin. So say on a dating app, meet a girl. Small talk. What's your availability? Drinks? Sure. On the date, talking, shooting the shit, back to my place. That's like my trajectory. So if I'm hearing from most of you guys, what I think I'm hearing is it's not worth it. So I guess what's better over there? Because again, you guys have experience, especially Austin, 45 cities, bro? I don't have that type of experience. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of asking for like a new point of view. You know what I mean?
Can I answer that if you don't mind?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. It's the same process. You're right, but it's also the energy that these girls bring. That was what's 100% sold me on the Passport Bros movement, because I was I maybe had a similar point of view to you, Chad, because I had a very easy time in the States. The only thing that when it comes to dating, if a guy is using his passport as a Band-Aid solution, he's going to get finessed one way or another. In Southeast Asia, some girl might take him for money, and he might fall in love with a prostitute in Pattaya, and we've seen countless stories of that. And also on the opposite side, you have guys in Colombia that are not that are literally sometimes losing their lives. So yeah, you need to have some level of game. You need to have a basic level of social skills as well. But the other thing too is that there's other reasons for being a passport bro. I can give you three right off the top of my head. Number one is the freedom to go wherever you want to go, whenever you want to go, and for how long you want to go. For me, that's what excites me the most about the passport bro life, is that I'm only a flight away from any place. That's my favorite thing about it. It's not the girls. The girls are number two. It's that freedom. That's the kind of life I want to live. When it comes to dating, too, the only thing that that moving overseas should solve is a logistics problem. That's it, and the internal quality that's in here, not out here, but in here. And number three, it's also the what do you get for your money? Like in LA, you're paying out the ass for an apartment, and you're probably not getting much in return. In Italy, for example, if I want to stay in Rome for a month, it's going to cost me like 3 or 4K for an Airbnb, a really nice Airbnb. But you walk down the streets of Rome, you see things that were built in BC before Jesus Christ was born, and you walk down the ancient streets of Rome, and it's just you see all these architectural marvels, and it's just such an incredible thing to look at. And then the other thing too, it's escaping the matrix and escaping the bullshit of society. So I'm from New York City, and I would see so much bullshit on the trains every day. I once saw a homeless person jerking off on the train. It was one time I was coming back from a concert, and I saw a homeless person take a shit on the subway tracks. So I don't see any of that. When I was in Bangkok, the subways were clean, and they were safe. And also, the food quality is so much better when you go outside of America. That's another thing, man. Produce that I would buy at 7-Eleven would be better than the produce I would buy in ShopRite or any major supermarket in America. So there's other reasons for being a passport bro.
Let's hear from Austin, and then let me introduce Connor real quick. Connor's joining us, and what can I say about Connor? Connor is my friend that I met in Medellin. I'll tell a quick story about Connor just so the chat kind of knows this guy. There was a time when I went through a horrible cancellation in the media. That's a whole story that the details don't matter. I've talked about it at length. You can check a few uploads back. I have a whole video about that called "My Friends Ditched Me and Left Me for Dead in Medellin." I had my buddy Patrick, who they were also attacking. At one point, Patrick's security guards at his building said, "Yeah, 2 guys with guns, and they want to talk to you." And they said they're police officers, and they want to investigate this thing in the news and whatnot. Because some people mute. I'm hearing some background noise because someone mute themselves. And basically, they're not cops. It's fucking bullshit. They're saying they're cops. They got guns. They want to talk to you, but they ain't cops. Patrick, ran out and he called me about it. And I'm just like, shit, like I'm the main guy they're attacking. They're going to come after me next. And I was like trying to hide out in places. I don't know whatever the details, if that actually went down the way he thought it did or whatever. I don't know what the validity is of that. I don't know anything about that. But point being is I was literally on the run for my life. And when I had other friends that didn't want to associate it with me anymore, unfollow me on Instagram, Connor actually risked his own life by association and let me hide out in his place. I took an Uber to near his address because I don't know if my Uber was being hacked and they were going to find out, like hack my email and look at my Uber history. So I didn't even go to his place. I took an Uber near his place, then walked over, hid out in his apartment. When I wanted to buy food, I would like put on like a COVID mask and a hat and sunglasses and like buy a little street food and be like, oh my God, do they notice me? So Connor, you want to talk about a stand-up
Casey,
friend,
I just want to let me just add in on that. You made that week one of the most stressful weeks of my life.
Well,
like straight up, I was in Medellin for like 2 weeks, and then I'm harboring a Casey the Fugitive. And I knew him, and like we hit it off, and like I'm pretty good. I can judge character pretty well, And I really liked Casey from the moment we first talked on the phone. You were saying certain words that I really resonated with, bad words
on YouTube
that we can't repeat now. And it's like, oh, I really like this guy. But yeah, the next thing you know, you're like, hey man, the Colombian FBI is after me. I can't. There's nowhere to go.
hide me. Well, everybody else did the opposite. So I want to hear from Connor. We'll get to the family man perspective and later, because Connor is also somebody who's left the kind of degenerate, put your dick in everything that walks life, and he's actually pair bonding with a woman. He's got a baby on the way. So yeah, we call him Papacito Connor.
Congratulations.
He's literally a puppy.
Guys. Yeah,
so we'll get you guys, but I wanted to stay on topic real quick because Austin's on a time crunch and his phone might die any minute. But yeah, just to repeat, the question we were supposed to answer from you, Chad, again, and I'll hear Austin's thoughts. I want to see if I'm repeating it right. The process in the US is you match on a dating app, or you meet on Cold Approach, you text them a little bit, you set up dates. For you, it's not that much of a headache. It's not that many hoops to jump through, and you're kind of wondering like, well, how is it any different or better overseas? Like, what do you guys? How does it look for you? That's different for me. That was the question. All right, so Austin, why don't you address that?
So a lot of people say that there's a lot of dudes that are like, oh, well, if you just want to hook up or if you just want to meet chicks, like the chicks in the States are easy. I'm sorry, and I have this shit on video. They were not easy for me. Like, I call major bullshit on that. And I just went around the world of 5 different continents. I went from Lima back to Dallas. Literally had the time of my life in Lima, in Colombia, and pretty much every fucking everywhere else I went back to Dallas, ran my dating apps, Bumble and Tinder. Literally in 3 weeks, I probably got a maximum of 7 fucking likes. No bullshit. And this is on. I got this on video.
Wow.
Like I did this all on live streams. 7 likes in 3 weeks. So I'm not gonna blame that on the culture. That's got to be some rigged shit with the app or something. It must just be rigged in the States. There's no fucking way in hell that I'm just. You mean to tell me that few people there's not enough people to find me fucking attractive on Bumble and Tinder combined, where it's like 7 people in 3 weeks? Bullshit. So anyway, I'm walking around and I even just asked the chick, like, hey, is this, because I'm trying to get my at the time I was getting my residency, and I asked the chick, like, hey, is this the state attorney's office? And she took that as if I was trying to flirt with her and kind of rolled her eyes and mugged me. And I'm like, I have papers in my hand. Like, if I wanted to flirt with you, I wouldn't have asked you that shit. I would have came at you the way I wanted to. So it goes back to whenever I say that women don't want to be entertained by men there. Generally speaking, of course, you may find a needle in a haystack. I just don't have time to look through the haystack. And on top of that, I haven't been shit tested since I was there. Like the whole, like, oh, well, we had to test because some dudes are soft. Bitch, if you are insecure about me, just don't fuck with me. That's how I look at it. Like, I don't go to a restaurant and say, let me test the waiter. Let's see if he has good customer service. If I feel the need to test him, I'm just not going to let him serve my fucking food. So the fact that dudes have a well, when they shit test you, do this. I'm not doing shit. Meanwhile, I go to Peru because I came straight from Peru to Dallas, so I was able to next day compare my experience yesterday to today. I'm on a date with this Colombian chick, and I'm just literally looking like, damn, look at how she's looking at me. Like, she's looking at me like a snake that's about to strike. Like, I know when I go back to Dallas tomorrow, I'm not getting that. And people say it's your mindset, it's your mindset. My fucking mindset is not that. Come on, that's not how that works. That's just an excuse.
If your YouTube career ever fails, Austin, you have a backup career doing stand-up comedy if YouTube doesn't work out.
Yeah, just give me a couple drinks and I could be a comedian.
We'll get you a cigar. All right, you want to say anything else? I want to hear a JP weigh in too. Yeah, or Chad, you can talk too. Chad, go for it.
Yeah, I'll make it quick, bro. Man, it sucks. It's like, bro, no homo. I'm looking at you. You're a handsome guy. Friday night, first date closed. Last night, first date closed, and then I have a Sunday fun day with another girl. I'm like 3 dates a week, just like on autopilot. So I'm just like, damn, bro, I wish you could experience the same shit I'm doing. Because you a fly dude, Austin. You fly as shit. No homo.
Thank you.
Yeah, and this is what I was saying. Like, again, not to say, oh, all black people look alike. You guys are twins, but on the surface, y'all are pretty similar. Like, you're both 5'11" ish. You all are both 180 pounds with low body fat ish. Similar in age. You're both black. Like, the results shouldn't be so wildly different.
That's what I'm saying.
But anyway, Austin, if you want to respond to that real quick, then I want to hear JP's thoughts.
What about the results being wildly different?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, and I know Chad's getting good look. Be dead honest, Chad. I know you're not fucking with ugly girls, but what is like the average girl? Like, are you getting any true like 8.5s or 9s out there in LA?
I don't like to be all like, you know, here, but like this was me. This is who I was with last night.
Let me see if I can full screen that. I'm not good with the.
Hold on.
Shit, hold on. I'm fucking up. Oh shit. I'm trying to full screen you. I'm fucking it up. Yeah. Show it one more time. My bad. I don't know how to run a chat. I'm trying to
this,
full screen
his chick.
Ooh, nice.
It's funny. Y'all didn't have to see her face. I was like, ooh, nice. I wish I can show her face, bro. This is a YouTube live. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Someone screenshot.
Yeah, no, better you don't.
But like, bro, she was like, I'm talking big brown eyes, hourglass figure. Kevin saw. He's like, okay, you know, just
respect.
Fucking back shot sounded like the Gaza Strip last night.
JP, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I would want to say defund simping. Your name's Chad, right? Okay, yeah, Chad. Yeah, so Chad, are you only getting these results in LA, or have you been all over the country and this is how it is for you?
Oh, all over the country. And it's funny, bro. When I go to other countries, I'm pretty sure you guys know how this works. When you get there, the dating app almost pushes you, right? Yeah. So I land in Austin, Texas, bro. I was there for 2 days and got my nut off. Like, what the hell? You know, went to Medellin. Of course, that was a paid. Went to Panama. That was a paid. I'm just being transparent, right? But went to Miami. Was there for 3 days, hit second night with some chick, normal. So I tend to get results anywhere I go. But I think at the same time, I'm very resilient. Like Austin talked about walking up to a girl and she like scowled at him. And to me, like that wouldn't affect me longer than like a couple minutes. Like, damn, that girl was really rude. What the fuck is wrong with her? The next girl I see, hey, yo, what's good? Like,
well, no, the thing is, it doesn't affect me because, sorry to cut you off, like I don't give a damn. But I'm just like, why deal with that shit anyway? If I just came from a place where women aren't doing that, I mean, it happens everywhere, but it's a norm in the States.
It is a norm, yeah.
For her to just be a bitch for no reason. I really don't like that place. Because, if you try to tell somebody, they'll gaslight you. If you try to tell somebody like, yeah, the women are rude, then they'll try to make it seem like you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And like you're just making all this shit up. Yeah. Like you're the only one that's experiencing this. I can't deal with it.
No, yeah.
I'll say one thing. I'll say, yeah, JP, I'll turn over to you again real quick. I'll say this real quick. The whole the classic pickup artist teachings and the process is like, well, first you open, then you can maybe do some cold reading or build rapport, then you pass her shit tests. Like that was like an expected thing in the process. It's like shit tests are a good thing because when you pass her shit test, you get attraction. That's American and Western women. Look, girls will always test a little bit, but in a lot of places in Latin America, that's not part of the pickup process. The pickup process, go up, be a gentleman, be cool and nice and interesting and charismatic and funny, and she'll be a sweetheart and never shit test you, and it'll be like a fucking Disney movie.
Yep.
Yeah, no. And Chad, I was asking you because you mostly named big cities there. You mostly named big cities.
Oh yeah, I only go to big cities. Only.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to a place that's optimized for, even though it's a rough dating market, if you are attractive and your dating profiles are optimized, you can do pretty decently there.
Yeah.
I was in the U.S. military, so I went to a bunch of random middle of nowhere areas. And
that would be tough.
Yeah, it was tough, but I was still pulling, but the quality was lower and it was much more sparing than obviously a big city. The best thing about a big city, which is why all the biggest pickup artists go there, you can just rapid fire, 10,000 swipes. You can rapid fire 100 approaches. And the thing that doesn't get talked about enough in this is like a success rate. Like if you just, you smash that girl, right? The one you just showed there. We don't know how many didn't like you, but because you're in LA and there's such a high volume, you're just more likely to get something good. It's a rougher dating market, but you're more likely to. But the other thing that I was going to say was the masculine energy it's just a turnoff. Like it's just that, to summarize what Austin was trying to say, when you deal with masculine energy in a woman, it's instinctually a turnoff. And I think when you're used to women being fully in their feminine energy, having to switch over to that, even if you can pull them, even if you can fuck and get the little photo, it's not as enjoyable. And you don't see the girl as like, you almost feel like you made the little joke about the Gaza Strip thing. You almost feel like you're kind of like defiling the girl. Whereas when you're overseas, a lot of the times you feel like you guys are in harmony, like you guys are clicking. You know what I'm saying?
You made a couple points. So yeah, I agree with the whole major city. Sometimes a guy's biggest problem is he's in a small town in Alabama. I agree. So location. Number two, masculine energy. To be honest, I hardly ever deal with it. When I'm talking to a girl on a dating app, it's, we're going to this place at this time, and I want you to wear this on your dating app. I see your dating app profile, wear this exact thing. They show up exactly how I said. We go to a place, we like to drink tequila. To this, please. Like I'm dominating her from start to finish where we're going, what time it is, what she's wearing, what she's drinking, what she's eating.
I tried that.
Right. And
That didn't work.
I just never really get pushback, you know? So listen, I'm not trying to invalidate anyone's feelings, right? Everyone's here. Everyone who's overseas is there for a reason. Right. So it's like, I get it, but I just have never dealt with it to the point where I'm like, you know what? Juice ain't worth the squeeze. Now, your last point where I said like back shots sounded like Gaza's trip, I think that's just me trying to go for entertainment value. We're on YouTube at the end of the day. I feel what you're saying though, but yeah, your comment was correct. But again, I'm going for entertainment. This is goddamn YouTube. So yeah.
Yeah, the other thing too is, look, I'll agree with you on that. Because look, I cleaned up on Hinge, I cleaned up on SA. I had no problems getting the dates. But the one thing was my conversion, simply because I was so far out logistically. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with New York, but I was in a part of Brooklyn called Brighton Beach, which is about 45 minutes away from Midtown Manhattan. So no girl really wants to get on a train for 45 minutes to an hour there and back.
Yeah,
so that's what killed it. So for me, it was either trying to go to the girl's place and weaseling my way back to her apartment, which I did. But the other thing too was I didn't like dealing with the Russian girls that were by me, because the area by me is mostly Russian girls that are super materialistic, and they age like milk. So they're the absolute worst in my opinion. But yeah, that's why I chose to do the passport bro movement, simply because I almost went to Austin or Chicago, which are good cities for game. I cleaned up in both those cities, but I'm like, I could get more bang for my buck in Bangkok, in other places like Argentina. I was staying in Italy. Yeah, Italy is expensive, but I had no problem paying that because I'm getting value for my money.
One thing I wanted to say real quick, and that I want to hear, let's give Connor a chance to talk. I don't think you know what true femininity is, Chad. I think your experience overseas is probably a little too limited. Obviously, there's a language barrier in anywhere that you travel to. And I do believe that the women you get in the US are more or less compliant, more or less submissive, more or less in your frame and following your lead. But I think if you lived overseas long enough and experienced true femininity, it would be a different thing. Even such a little thing, a perceivably little thing that to me is not a little thing, is when American girls call me bro. When an American girl says the word bro, it's just no worky anymore. The way they carry themselves, their energy. Yeah, and let's give Connor. I just want to throw that in there. Again, I do believe that they're compliant to you. I do believe that they're following your lead. I do believe you have a masculine, dominant frame over them. But at the same time, I feel like it's, you're really masculine and they're just like less masculine and a little bit feminine. But I don't know if you've experienced true femininity due to limited experience traveling and language barriers. But you can weigh in on that in a second. Let's hear Connor weigh in on the situation. What do you think about all this?
I'm on a different path, and I know where you guys are at because I was there for a very long time, and I'm currently engaged, and I have a baby on the way. So I can say like the difference between myself from when I was on the hunt versus where my mentality is at now. I have to go back to this one conversation that I had with my mentor. We were at a spa, and he's like, I live in Bali, you guys, and so we're at the spot and we're looking around and we see all these girls from all over the world, all these guys from all over the world. And my mentor looks at me in the eyes and he goes, Connor, do you see all these guys in their late 30s and they're still running around rubbing genitals with women on the island and blah, 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 blah. And I said, yeah. And he was like, and guys, I'm not trying to insult anybody. He leans in and he goes, they're fucking losers. And I go, what? What are you talking about? Explain more. And he goes, dude, that's the finite game. The infinite game is family, is a legacy. And then this dude is like multi-millionaire, super successful. He's had it all. He's one of the guys who's like been there, done that, like super rich, successful lawyer in Los Angeles. And since that conversation, it like rung into my ears for a very, very long time. And I ended up like going home and talking to Jennifer, and we're engaged now. and she's sitting right next to me. And so I actually can't be on for too long because it's like 2 o'clock in Indonesia right now in the morning. But anyways, yeah, so then I just asked her if like, what would you think about starting a family? And she was like, "Ooh, I've always wanted to be a mom," you know. And then so I think like all of these women that you end up playing with, they're all going to be disposable until you make the decision that like you want to start a family. And if you and until you're ready to like, you're like, I genuinely want to like bring life into this world and start something and build something with a woman, they're all disposable. They're all, you know, you're gonna just write, like, you'll have fun with them, and then you can just fuck them right off. But until like you're ready for a family, then you won't ever find a wifey. That's my opinion.
What do you think, JP?
That's a good opinion. Sorry, go ahead, finish, Connor.
Oh, I just want to reiterate, like, I'm not trying to like judge anybody. Like, this is just my experience, because I was where you guys were at for a very, very long time, as you know, Casey.
Oh yeah, Connor wasn't lonely in Medellin. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, I wasn't ready at all. Connor, that sounds really beautiful. That story you just told. Mine was a very different situation. I was really treating every girl basically as though they were disposable. But one girl was just really showing me as much love as possible, and like having patience through me just basically treating her like a disposable bitch, basically. And you know, eventually she just finds out that she's pregnant. It wasn't the same like, you know, reaction like, oh, I'm so ready to start a family. It's like she's like, fuck, like I just made a mistake. I feel like I made a mistake. She feels the same way. But we still built the relationship from there. And what you said about legacy is so true. I just had a conversation with a longtime friend of mine who's much older than me this morning on a run we went together. And we were just basically talking about that. And it just felt like two men really talking about it felt like our purpose was being exacted into the world. Our purpose was being, you know, pushed into the world, for lack of a better word. Talking about family, talking about building, talking about things you're going to leave behind. That's the highest level of masculine purpose I think you can achieve. Smashing a bunch of thoughts is fun though, and
it's a great time.
And my streak ended very early, and even the old guys with families, the guy who I'm talking about now, it's like, dog, we should have pulled out, man. Like, you still be there. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, bro. It's I can't do anything about it. I don't regret having a family at all, but I would say that it's the real key right here of what you said was having a mentor, having male guidance to guide you.
Yeah, especially like somebody that you really respect that has been there, done that, and you're like, I would actually enjoy to be in his seat right now, like legitimately, like he's sitting in the throne that I want. And so usually the weight and the power that goes behind the words that these types of people speak into you, it will shake you to your core. That's why I think you should always have a mentor or two or three. And like even Casey, like I would say Casey is one of them, because Casey, he drops so much knowledge. He's helped me become just an overall better person. So I genuinely appreciate our friendship, brother.
Oh, you saved my life in Medellin, man. So I'll always value our friendship.
Hey,
and you guys, I'm at 2 o'clock in Jakarta right now. And my girl and I have an early appointment, and we gotta wake up early. So it's been a pleasure meeting you guys. I hope I get to meet you in person. Those I haven't, and I hope you guys have a great day.
Peace.
Congratulations, Connor.
Hey,
yeah, love you guys. Love you guys. See ya.
About to die. Yes. My battery's about to die too, so I need to head out as well. I appreciate it.
Peace out, boys.
Okay, always a pleasure.
Peace out.
Thank you for having me on. Nice meeting everybody as well.
Yes, sir.
I want to see a collab with you and Chad at some point.
Yeah, I'll hit him up on IG. I'll talk to him.
Okay.
Peace.
I wanted to do two things real quick. First, I wanted to shout out to official Colby. I don't know if you can see from the tiny photo here, but we have another handsome black man from LA. This guy's actually an actor. He was legitimately in some Netflix series, and he's on IMDb and stuff like that. And even he wasn't getting what he wanted and became a passport bro. I guess, part of our audience is obviously my audience is going to be skewed because I'm a bit in the middle. I teach guys how they can, like, all my techniques will work in America as well. But I guess I am obviously a passport bro, and I do favor more on that side. But yeah, Kobe, I want you in the next what do you call it? The next panel we do on this. I'll probably go live next Sunday. We can get Kobe. Will have a lot to contribute. You have to get out of your system. Maybe you guys started a family early before gaining wisdom and got destroyed in divorce. Yeah, when I start to decide to start a family, or even a guy like JP or Connor, it's totally different from the average normie because it's with a lot of things in mind. I want to give my 2 thoughts on the original question, and then I want to see if there chat, drop any questions you have. I know we had a question for Chad. I'm going to get to the chats. Super chats be given preferential treatment, but if anybody else has a question for the panel as a whole or specifically for one person, I'm going to go back and look for old questions too and maybe show some comments. But just to give my answer again, the original question was, Chad was saying, well, look, I match with girls pretty easy. I get numbers, on dating apps, and I get numbers at clubs pretty easy. Text them, let's get drinks, bada bing, bada boom. I don't get a lot of headaches, and it's fairly straightforward and easy for me. So why don't you guys just do the same thing here? Why do you guys go overseas? And I'll give my answer too.
Yeah, sure, please.
Because I do not have that experience at all. I know Austin doesn't have that experience at all. The chicks that I would match with on Tinder and Bumble in the States would be the girls I accidentally swiped right on too quickly. And I realized, they were fat or they were trannies or something like that. The quality would be extremely, extremely low. And, could I get the same type of 9s in America that I get here in Brazil and Colombia and Latin America? Absolutely, I could not. Could I get a 7.5 and an 8 in America? I absolutely could. It would be a lot more rare. It would be a lot more effort. I'd have to, be running multiple Instagram accounts and multiple online dating virtual assistants and checking up on them and, checking the numbers, make sure they're doing their, 10 to 15 outreaches every day and manage a whole funnel. But I could eventually get that. But then at the end of the day, they would also be masculine, entitled, rude, and generally warped by feminism and leftist politics. And just not very feminine and sweet. So that'd be my thing. Number one, the girls would be of lower quality appearance wise. I wouldn't be able to match anywhere near the type of physical beauty that I'm used to down here. And even if I could get them, which I kind of can, but kind of can't, to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't like them anyway. They would be very masculine, and they would not be, what's the word for cariñosa in English? Affectionate, caring, sweet? How would you say it, JP?
Yeah, that would be it. Affectionate, or just tender, loving.
So that's my answer. I'm going to look for some questions.
That is definitely true. The affectionate part in Thailand was something I just wasn't used to.
Someone had a question for you, Chad. Let's put it up on the screen. Do you think true game or having a mouthpiece is a huge part of your strategy?
Yes. Bro, like, here, this may either get me not legend. This will either make you guys think I'm not serious at all, or it works in my favor. So on Hinge, right? It's a dating app where you can use prompts, right? I went viral for like all my prompt ideas. I have even people who do dating stuff steal my prompts. But one thing they can't do and emulate is my voice prompts. So I speak into the phone. And I have my profile actually went viral on TikTok at 190,000 likes. That profile did get banned because Hinge is always banning me. However, here's my new voice note. See what you guys think. Look at you, girl. Looking for love in all the wrong places. But I think you and I are in the right place. All I want is your time. Maybe I can make you mine. We can have a glass of wine. 25 likes the first day I opened up my Hinge account. 25.
Jesus.
People are going, oh my gosh, you're so free. Can we, like, girls, damn, I wish I saved everything because it was I opened up first day. See, like, okay, this is hilarious.
Let me full screen you. I figured out how to do it. I
problem
figured out
is
how to use YouTube Live. Everybody,
it's okay. So the problem is this: I haven't bought Hinge yet because I've been.
Can you show what you wanted to show again now that you're full screened?
This is hilarious.
Okay.
This sounds like a Tyler Perry. Everything look like everyone's leaving comments towards me.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like everyone's like, so it's like that question is right. Like I'm like, bro, I did stand-up comedy. So I'm very outgoing. I can walk up to a group of 5-6 girls, open all of them, be fun, be charismatic. That is a big part of my game. I tell my guys who I work with, I tell them I talk to girls like I've already known them, right? Like, for example, 2 nights ago, I was at this rooftop bar and I walked up to this group of 3 girls. I'm like, excuse me, what are you guys doing out on a Thursday night? Don't you guys have jobs? They bust out laughing. It's like, dude, like you in the blonde here. I know you're in corporate America. Yep. Okay. You're probably a front desk assistant. See, listen, get her an espresso martini for tomorrow. Yeah. You like, I'm just walking into groups of women, just owning them. And that is definitely a big part of my game. Because I know if you are nervous and you're very timid and you're shy, then it's hard to open up groups of girls and approach girls. Because that's how guys, your vibe attracts your tribe. So if you're scared and timid talking to a girl, she will then mirror your energy and also be scared and timid talking back to you. And now you're like, shit, this girl looks terrified of me approaching her. Let me just move on to the next one, you know?
It's
I
like
want to comment on this.
Like if you don't believe.
Let me comment real quick.
Yeah,
I'll make it quick and then you could go. First of all, Kobe says, shout out to official Kobe again. I want you on the panel next week. I agree with Chad. Game is absolutely necessary, regardless of where a man is in the world. Similar to he's talking about my funny video content. It's all creativity, confidence, and social awareness. So going off of what Chad said and Kobe's comment, for anybody who doesn't know your funny video content, Casey, I coined a term called charming content. It's when I put 15 to 45-second video reels on my Instagram pinned to the top of my profile of me just being funny and charismatic and showing off my personality.
Oh, nice.
So exactly. So when I follow a random girl, I can gain attraction without relying on my looks, because clearly if I only had my looks to rely on to gain attraction with nothing else, that might be a bit of an issue. So how many guys have themselves being, and Kevin's voice note is funny, charming audio content. So I guess we can, and it all comes down to what I've said and preached in my videos. The reason why I get laid a lot more than a lot of people and with higher quality women is not because I'm taller, better looking, have more money, necessarily a lot more confidence or charisma. I just have a better strategy. A good strategy could be what Chad has. I'm sure he's tested a lot of different photos of his main profile picture. His photos were taken with intention. Maybe he's bought suits, gotten suits tailored, worked on his fashion, only for the purpose of photos, maybe touch them up. The voice note. I do online dating virtual assistants. I changed my location. I came up with that funny, charming video content. Chad is with audio. I've used a lot of strategies for improving my social skills. So it all really does come down to the strategy. And that voice note was an amazing strategy, and all the stuff that he's done to intentionally improve his mouthpiece. Kevin, what did you want to say?
Well, yeah, I'll piggyback on what both of you guys said. So, Chad, you gotta believe that you're the shit. Like, if you don't think you're the shit, she is not gonna know you're the shit. Like, dude, I'm like 15 pounds overweight. I got a double neck. I got a bit of a gut. Plus, I'm in Italy, so I'm a bit bloated. Like, you can't come to Italy and not eat carbs. You know what I mean? That's like a crime against humanity.
Yeah.
But dude, like, also regarding, like, I still think I'm the shit because, like, I do awesome things. Like, I can literally go to any country I want and just buy a ticket and just be there. Like, I literally booked my Argentina ticket, like, on the spur of a moment, just because I'm like, I was supposed to go to Romania, but fuck it, I'm going to go to Argentina because that's where all my friends are. Like, that, I think, is the coolest thing in the world. I've had so many crazy experiences. So yeah, I'm the shit. But also, like, when it comes to, like, the charming content, yeah, like, I don't think I'd have hooked up with as many girls as I have if I didn't play guitar. That's the only truth of it.
I play guitar too.
That's a hack,
like
bro.
that.
Musicians.
I've been playing guitar for like 15, 16 years.
Oh, nice. Yeah, do you play guitar for girls on dates?
So if they make it back to my place, and in the morning, usually, if they stay over long enough in the morning, I'll play them a song.
Okay, cool. What do you usually play them?
Depends. So I know all types of music. I don't care if it's folk, hip hop, pop, country. I have them give me like something that they like. Like here, hold on.
We're about to be serenaded.
You know, I always keep it basic. You know, let's say, oh, I love the Beatles. It's like when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking the words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be.
Oh,
There you
nice. What's that, Martin?
Yeah, Martin. Yeah.
Oh, I love Martins. They're the best. Yeah, for me,
that's
I
just
write
not
my
fair.
own stuff.
That's
I
just
write
not
my
fair.
I
That's
write my
just
own
not
stuff.
fair, bro.
So
Nice.
for me, it's like they're always shocked. Like, you wrote this? I'm like, yeah. And then like I pull out my dick, and then they just get to work.
That is, it's a lot.
And that's what it is, bro. Is like, I mean, these guys obviously genuinely like music and genuinely have talent in music. I don't, unfortunately, but obviously they're, what's the word? They're taking something already natural about them and exacerbating that, or like accentuating that for women, and falling back on what they're saying. Let's get to some questions, and then JP, if you want to jump in at some point, brag about. All right, we had some questions in here. Someone just said something very simple. Where is everyone now? Where are you going next? I'm in Manaus, Brazil, going to Fortaleza, Brazil. Then I'm going to Kenya, which I want to get your ass out there to Kenya. You're invited. All you guys are invited, but I was talking to Chad. Yeah, so I'm going to Fortaleza, Brazil, then back to Sao Paulo, then Kenya, then back to Sao Paulo again, and then a secret undisclosed location in South America that I'm going to get.
Y'all are going on tour. Yeah,
Man,
tour merch. Tour,
dude, living out of two suit, dude. We're slanging dick, dude. I was gonna say, Austin and I are the biggest dick slangers, international dick slangers, in the world. Okay,
You got some competition.
Let's all answer this question. Where are we at? And where are we going to next?
I'm in Italy right now. I was in Poland before, but now I'm gonna head to Argentina, Buenos Aires on Wednesday. So pretty excited about that.
I didn't like it.
Get to the international leg.
I'm curious what you think. You can let us know later on, but
yes.
I didn't like Buenos Aires.
What was it about Buenos Aires that you didn't like?
Two things, and I'll make it brief so people can get to this question as well. The girls, there was a lot of cuties, but no showstoppers. Like I was like, oh, cute girl. Actually, the cute girls were actually quite common. Whereas Brazil, it's like ugly, 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 10, ugly, 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 showstopper. In Argentina, there was a lot of cute girls, but no showstoppers. And then also, at least for white American foreigners, probably Black, Asian, Indian as well. But I can't speak on that because I'm this, but at least for white foreigners and a lot of my white foreigner friends that went down there, we experienced absolutely zero gringo advantage. As a matter of fact, it was a detriment kind of in Medellin, like zero. Oh my God, you're American, you're foreigner, matching easily, dating. Like dating was harder there than America. Okay, we'll see what your experience is. Yeah, and then you guys, I know Chad. Yeah, Chad, you're in LA, right? Or OC?
Yeah, I'll be in LA for a while, and I'll probably move to Orange County. It depends. If I meet a girl and it's on my terms, Orange County is where we'll retire and live our 30 mid 30s and on. But we'll see. I'm open to traveling, but I probably would not move out of the country unless I meet some Medellin princess. We'll see.
That's fine. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
And JP,
you're
muted. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Maryland, USA. Near
now I'm jealous, bro.
Yeah, near DC. I'm also I felt Connor.
That was a joke, by the way.
Yeah, no. But I said I felt like Connor what he said about I'm in a different stage. I don't know if the player stage is done forever for me, but I will say that for the time being, I'm thinking about legacy. I'm thinking about building. I put down that toy for now. But I will say, dude, it's you never fully forget about that.
How about this? What's your overall happiness level from slanging dick in Medellin to family man living in Maryland, being a good, responsible father?
To be honest,
Overall happiness level.
To be honest, my happiness level is like 9 out of 10. Like I'm the most satisfied and fulfilled I've ever been in my life. But I will say that if it was just me and a girl living together, I would be a 3 out of 10. So the big part of that is the kid brings you together in a way that it wouldn't otherwise be. So I enjoy it.
I was talking to my dad about that's first off, that's amazing. And to add to that, I was talking to my dad about the future of me being a passport bro, because we were having that conversation like, hey, when you have a family, how are you going to handle this situation? How are you going to handle that situation? And one of the things he said to me was, when you have a kid, having your kid like give you a hug is like the best feeling of love you will ever feel in your life.
Yeah, it's real. It's real, dude. And that's what makes me not care anymore. Like I used to feel jealous, and that's kind of what made me like go overseas. Was I was like, I'm in Maryland. I was in middle of nowhere areas of the U.S. when I was in the Air Force. So I was like, dude, I just want to experience like this feeling. I was in my young 20s, so I did that for a little bit. It was very short lived, but at this point, I feel like I'm not missing out anymore. And I did see, Casey, I did see that podcast Fresh did with Zuby. He did a podcast with Zuby.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, where
No, I downloaded it. I'm going to listen to it on the plane.
Yeah, I didn't listen to the whole thing, to be honest. I just like clicked timestamps in the comments because, I didn't want to listen to a whole like 2 hours, but I clicked timestamps just to see what Fresh thought about womanizing and living that life. And as much as you could tell, like, he enjoyed it, there's like a missing piece in his life. And that is very true. We all seek love, and we all seek to be truly loved. I will say this too, by the way, as a side comment, based on the guitar playing, which that was pretty nice, Chad, the guitar there. First of all, one thing Chad just reinforced with everything you said about the dating apps, with the voice now, with the guitar, and the way you approach girls, it's all centered around making sure the girls are having a good time, and like they know that you're fun.
Yes.
That voice note is like, this guy's fun. We're not going to talk about his stock portfolio for an hour. Like,
bro, sorry to cut you off just now, but like for the past week, I've been doubling down what the fuck you just said. Like my most newest YouTube video, no cap. I'm not gonna play it, but like you'll see the thumbnail. Yeah. Hold on, it's one moment, view channel, almost there, and it says fun.
Yeah.
Why your approaches sound like interviews.
Yeah.
Like you just said it. So yeah, it's so funny.
Nah, dude, it's like, because that's even, and Doug, you never stop like serenading, even your wife. You have to constantly do it. And when you become the boring guy who's like, hey, we got this on Tuesday, this on Thursday, you need to do this, your wife just stops wanting to fuck you. And it's like, geez, bro, like it never ends no matter what you do. I still feel like I have to be the fun guy. And it's good to see you double down on that, because it reminded me. It was like a subtle reminder again.
Yeah, bro, it's so sad, right? Where like you hear all the time, like, yo, bro, me and my girlfriend were XYZ, and now we fuck once a month, and it's just like you stop being fun, bro. It sucks.
For real. That's
all right, boys. J.K. Perkins is paying my rent with a $2 super chat. He says, Kevin, where in Italy and how attractive are the ladies?
So I've been in Italy for the last 2 weeks, just hanging out with the fam. My dad, sisters, they're in Jersey, but they decided to come to Italy, and I met up with them there.
So he's gaming his dad's sisters. Just kidding.
So we started in Venice, Florence, Rome, and now we're in Sorrento. Rome and Florence had the most beautiful girls. Even Sorrento, I'm just walking around, I'm like, God damn.
So they're hot.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
I heard they don't.
I would definitely come back here.
Have you had a chance to game? I heard Italian girls don't fuck until marriage.
I heard that. I mean, it would take time. I know in Poland, it was definitely like I had girls that weren't even hold my hand on the first date.
Jesus.
That's how conservative they are. But I had a girl like on my birthday, like came over straight to the house and we hooked up. So that was pretty easy, pretty straight to the point. But yeah, like in Europe in general, I feel like the girls are more how do I say this? They're a tougher seed to crack, a tougher shell to crack, if that makes sense. But I feel like those girls there are more girlfriend material.
Yeah, I would agree with most of that. I would say, well, to kind of change the topic slightly, let's just say dating a girl a long time and you're not really getting anywhere, or maybe you're getting some pecs and when's it going to happen? You take her out 3-4 dates and you haven't made that much progress. Let me just say that is not an issue in Brazil. Let me just say that if a Brazilian girl likes you, there will be cardio sessions. All right, we have a question. Can you give any advice on putting on events for improving social circles / meeting cool girls when in a new city? I guess I'll take this one. Yeah, I have a lot of experience with this. It's tough in a new city because you don't have your guy friends with you to throw budget in. If you're a rich guy, if you have FU money, I guess that's not an issue. It is tough in a new city because you need cool guys. Even if you could throw an event with a whole bunch of girls, there's nothing more awkward than like when I would throw a party and I would be there early. I'm the first guy at the party waiting in the penthouse since 9 o'clock, 8:30, because I have to be, it's my party. And then the girls start showing up and all my guy friends want to be cool and fashionably late. And it's me spinning plates with 25 girls alone in a penthouse and me. It sounds like heaven. It's hell. There's nothing more awkward. The girls don't interact. They get bored. They want to leave. Go to my YouTube and find a video called, just search Redbeard Rants Party Masterclass. Redbeard Rants Party Masterclass. It's what it sounds like. And you can get a lot more in there. But yeah, it is tricky in a new city because you don't have cool guys to be at the party for literally like having them physically there or for their money. But watch the masterclass. I think we had some other questions. Let me just see if I can get one. W Redbeard, hello, gents. Nice, man. Pause. Some guy wants to see more of your receipts. You got to understand, like, it's very, very tricky. Girls get fucking pissed if you show them online. I don't know if he wants to.
Yeah, so I'll break that down. So I did recently buy, one second, these iPhone mics because I want to go to like a normal bar in here in LA and just, my friend, have a drink in one hand and the phone like this, just like, recording me. But I'm an editor. I was a videographer before this. So I'll be freaking tracking that blur because, dude, these pickup videos, like, you know, Sam Speaks Dating in Colombia.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
like those videos get like almost 1 million views. I bet you every single one of those girls have seen, like, found out they were in that video, So it's like, I don't want to have to, I'm not saying they'll go viral, but if it does, I don't want like, oh, that's my sister, bro. If you don't take it down, like, that's just drama. So I'm gonna make sure people's face stay blurred. And when I do it, I'll maybe show their face for a second or two, but it's hard to show receipts because it gets back to them the bigger you get as a content creator.
Yep. I show them anyway. I just deal with the drama because I like to show receipts.
To me, though, if I show receipts, it's in my Discord groups. So like I plug my stuff, but it's like they're paying to be in my Discord group. They're not going to freaking expose me. So I do post my receipts in there for sure.
Do it after you leave the city. That's the other thing. And like, I'll tell you a story in Bangkok. Like, the girls would not let me take pictures with them. When I was so I was hooking up with this girl and she wanted me to fuck her on the balcony. So I took my phone, right? And I started, and like, she saw me take my phone and I started recording it. And like, she got so pissed after I busted. And I'm like, okay, well, I have to delete it then.
Yeah, that's like actual porn. That's a different level. I'll just be taking a selfie video of me kissing a girl. Yeah. Actual porn. All right, I don't know. Chad or Kevin, you guys can give this guy some quick advice. Basically, he's just I mean, I already know the answer to this, but go ahead, go for it, Chad, if you want to help this poor guy out. 22-year-old virgin.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm 22-year-old virgin, never kissed a girl, all right looking, overweight though, health is struggling. What do I do to fix my dating life and health? Please help.
So I'm gonna give you a very bold answer. Do you even want it that bad? Like, I wake up every day pissed as fuck that I can't give my mom 5 bands a month and I don't have a Lamborghini outside and I don't have a penthouse. All these things are like tangible. All right, whatever. But the thing is, like, I wake up every day mad I'm not where I want to be. So I just go hard naturally. So I meet people who are overweight and no success, bro. We're in the West. Girls are the biggest whores now they've ever been before. You know what I mean? So if you're not getting laid, especially in the West, it's just like there's something going on. So ask yourself, if you want this goal, what's all in here? What's stopping from getting there? Because health is easy, bro. Walk 10,000 steps a day. That and the weight's gone in like maybe 2 months. Okay, you're 22. Did you go to college? I'm not trying to make this a whole interview, but it's like if you went to college, bro, 18 to 21, you should be at these tailgates, you know, making out with chicks. Like that's a basic game. You know, at least making out with a chick in public at a bar is simple. So it's more so reflecting because the answers are out there. We all have YouTube channels breaking this. The information's there. You just gotta go and just apply it. Simple.
Yeah, I'll make mine super quick. Just you're probably eating shit that you know is bad for you. You're not talking to women, and you are not. What was I going to say? Oh, you're not working out. Before you like even realize or start to go down the path of what's a super optimized routine and what's a very advanced formula or recipe for being a high value, attractive guy, just stop eating shit you already know is bad for you. Swing around some iron in the gym like a fucking retard. Just move heavy objects and like reach down, grab your nutsack, make sure there's still a nutsack in between your legs, and talk to a fucking girl. Let's just start there. I don't think we need to go down that. All right.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Can I say something if you don't mind? Look, I will say this as someone that's a little overweight. Look, I have the weight thing, unless like you're morbidly obese, is only an issue if you make it an issue. That's the main thing. So I would recommend getting on the dating apps right now. Message me actually on Instagram, Kevin Mosby Lifestyle, and I will help you out for free. Because I hate that you're a virgin. I don't like that, and I want to help you fix that ASAP.
Okay, chat. If you have any questions for us, otherwise we might just hop off. It's already been like an hour and a half. I know chat has to go pretty soon, but if you have any like final questions for us, burning questions, then you can answer. One thing I'll say to Kevin's thing about, you know, being overweight is only an issue if you make it an issue. I mean, yes and no, right? If you're fat and super confident and charismatic and you have a lot of other things going for you, you'll still get bitches, but it'll always be better if you optimize in every area. And being chubby is under like I'm getting a hair transplant. It looks fucked up. I know it's growing in. JP was talking about Luke's maxing. Let me say one thing too. If you can get yourself to the point where you can at least get a semi-decent physique to where you wouldn't look silly posting a physique shot as one of your main photos on Tinder, then that will change your life, right? So I don't know if you have to, you know, something has to give, something has to sacrifice in your life. Maybe it's work, maybe it's, I don't know, you can't take your foreign language class as much, or I don't know what it is. But you can really, really dedicate yourself to the gym for a little bit and getting a physique that's, you know, worthy of being a main profile picture on Hinge or something like that. I want to show one thing. I'm going to share my screen. Even if you can get almost all the way there and then you can cheat the last 10%, I'll show an example. You guys are going to crack up on this. Some of you guys may have seen this before. I'll share entire screen. This is what I mean, right? Okay, I should be sharing pretty soon. The left is like the actual photo, and then the right is how I touched it up. And you know, the changes, obviously I did a little bit of color. You guys can see this, right?
Yeah.
So obviously a little bit of color grading. I made my hair a little bit more filled in. I made the abs a little bit more pronounced. I made the arms a little bigger and the chest. But it's like I tell guys, like as if I would be out to dinner with a girl. She's laughing. She's totally in my frame. She's giggling like a schoolgirl. The attraction's there. And I pull her back to my house and I rip my shirt off as if she's going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on just a minute, sir. You are a good 10 to 15% more muscular in your photos. Like this is not the same. Like I'm out of here. Right. Also, I wouldn't use this as a main photo. I don't like gym selfies, but I'm just using it as an example. But all I'm trying to say is like with the Luke's maxing thing, if you could even get to the point where you're not quite there where you look great, you know, amazing with your physique, but you can just cheat a little bit. And you can, again, I wouldn't use a gym selfie, but if you can post a physique shot as one of your main photos, on either Instagram, pinned to the top, or on a dating app, that'll change your life right there. So again, if you're chubby, look, you can still get some results, but I mean, like, maximizing every stat from game, charisma, physical appearance, your photos, your content, your overall strategy, your location, as I talked about, any one of those things it just helps tip the scales in your favor. All right, we got a super chat. Oh shit, my rent's really, is that €5? Holy shit. How do you avoid, yeah. I'll answer this one. So I developed something, I call it the tap method. And what that means is, if you haven't watched my videos, is you find a girl on Instagram that you like, that you want to message. None of this stuff works unless you have a highly optimized Instagram profile. If you look like a scrub on Instagram, then none of this shit matters. But assuming you have an attractive profile, you have the funny, charming content, all the stuff that I talk about in my videos, then you like about 2 or 3 or 4 of her photos. It doesn't matter. You just go tap, 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 tap. Like, again, I don't count, but anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 photos, and then follow her. This is just to kind of blow her up with notifications. And it's very obvious that, like, if you like 4 of her photos and then follow her and she follows you back, she knows why. It's not to close a real estate deal. She knows what's up. That's basically like a match. Instagram is a dating app. If you're young and single and sexy under 40 and you have an Instagram, a public profile, your Instagram is a dating app. And once you're both following each other, then you message her straight to her inbox. She will actually get a push notification, like her phone will like make a sound, and she'll get a push notification, and it'll go straight to her primary inbox. No requests, no hidden requests. We call it a Hail Mary DM. If I follow a girl, if I do the tap, I like 3 or 4 of her photos, and then I follow her and she doesn't follow me back after a day or 2, I will sometimes send a Hail Mary DM. Very, 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 very low response rate on these, but every once in a while I do get a response. But if you're just cold DMing a girl, you will go to hidden requests and she'll never see it. It'll be right along the side of people trying to sell her followers and guys who sent dick pics from India. So yeah, build up the high status, attractive profile. Do the tap method, like a bunch of photos, follow next girl, like a bunch of photos, follow next girl. Do that about 10 to 15 girls each day. Unfollow the ones that don't follow you back. And if you have a good profile, depends on your market, but as low as maybe 10%, as high as 50%, again, depends how attractive you are, depends on your market, will follow you back. And then you just message those girls, and then boom, you're guaranteed to hit the inbox, my friend.
Beautiful. I'm about to hop on this this sales call, this client.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Chad. We're going to end the stream. Yeah, thanks for being with us, Chad. Chad, shout out, where can they find you? What do you sell? What do you promote? How can they get more pimp knowledge from you?
Absolutely. So if you guys are don't got the money to go overseas yet, I'm just kidding. So if you're a guy that wants to get good with online dating and in-person dating, you can find me on Instagram at @dfunsimping, TikTok at @dfunsimping. If you want to get more in contact with me, work with me, I have a Discord server where we have live calls every single Monday at 6 p.m. Or if you want even faster results, the one-on-one, that just shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I'll have me and my team get back to you ASAP.
Well, no one's forgetting that username, @dfunsimping. Yeah, it's a @dfunsimping on all channels. He's legit. He's the real deal. And next time in LA, last time it was a fiasco. We'll connect next time in LA, bro. I go there every twice a year. I go to LA, visit family. So we'll link. And thanks for being on the stream. And you're invited. We'll do these again sometime.
Peace out, boys.
Peace out, brother. All right, cool. Never used IG. We think we got a question here. But I'm creating one soon. I have professional photos to post, but still no followers. Won't that look weak as fuck when I go follow/DM girls? Here's the thing. It would be ideally better in a perfect world to have the followers, but she might just listen. She might just be like, yeah, this guy's new to Instagram. All his photos are kind of recent. She might think you're a fake profile. If you don't have photos going back to at least 6 to 8 months ago, they might think you're fake. You have no story highlights. But if you're sending voice notes, or if you're trying to get them on video calls and kind of pushing for video calls, like I always teach, then that'll, handle the she thinks I'm fake objection. No, it's not a problem. If you're a big, sexy, wealthy guy with professional photos, it's clear you're successful, you're speaking on stage, you're doing travel, you look good, you're tall, you're amazing dressed, you have a fun life, and you have low followers, she might just think you're fake, and that could be a problem. But no, from an attraction standpoint, no. Ideally, maybe you can people will find you. Anyone who has your phone number, saved in their phone will eventually see you come up as a suggested profile on Instagram. So your friends and everybody who has your phone number or is a friend on Facebook of yours will eventually kind of get suggested to come follow you. You'll gain followers. You can buy. I wouldn't buy more than 300 or 400 or 500 fake followers, but because then it's like, why do you have all these followers, but no one's liking your photos? You can try to buy the likes and buy the views on the reels, but I don't recommend going too fake with it. Yeah, buy up to like 400 or 500 followers and just don't worry about it. It's the content, not the follower count. Okay, I think we're gonna end it. Kevin and JP, any last thoughts or anything? Where can they find you? Do you want to promote anything? But Bill, thank you guys for joining me on the stream too. You guys can have the floor.
Thank you for having me. First off, thank you for having me. I really had a blast. It was a pleasure meeting all you guys. But yeah, I'm going to be coming up a lot more in the space over the next couple months. You'll be seeing me a lot. My YouTube channel is Kevin Mosby Lifestyle. And it's the same username on Instagram as well. So follow me and message me any questions that you guys got about dating, and I'm going to help you guys.
JP, you're muted.
You're on mute.
All right, I keep doing that. Yeah, I just wanted to say nice to meet all of you guys as well. And Casey, thank you for having us. This was really fun, and definitely would like to do it again. And you guys can find me on Instagram at jpdidthat_. I don't have anything up yet, but I'm planning to release some coaching offers as well in the next 6 months. So just follow
coaching
me.
For what?
Coaching for hypnosis and NLP. So basically using self-hypnosis tactics to be able to make permanent changes or semi-permanent changes at the cognitive level. So it's something I've been studying for a while. It's basically just brainwashing yourself into your goals, basically. So anything that you want,
changing your beliefs.
Exactly. And so there's different levels of it. Like some of it's woo-woo, but I've actually taken a more scientific approach into like really studying how it works. And it's helped me a lot be able to juggle a super busy schedule and life, and still be able to hit all my goals that I really want to. So be on the lookout for that. That will be in the works soon. But otherwise, man, great talking to you guys. And yeah, we'll be hopefully we can do the next one soon.
Yeah, you guys are invited back anytime. All right. Yeah, you guys should know me. I'm Redbeard Rants. You're already on my channel, Redbeard Rants 1 on Instagram. Thank you guys for being a part of the live stream. And I might start doing these a lot more regularly. You guys can message me on Instagram if there's any topics that you want me to specifically cover. So yeah, message me on Instagram if like, you should do a video on this, or I need help with this, or this isn't working for me. I have a course called Modern Dating Mastery, redbeardrant.net. I'll put a link in the description of the video. But yeah, it's just redbeardrant.net. You can get all the information about Modern Dating Mastery. That's my coaching program, digital course, private community. If you make a post in there, I answer every single post and I will help you. And there's also live coaching calls. But thank you for being a part of this, and peace out.
See you guys.